Alright, so we now move on to the next question. Question 8, notice it's similar to question 7. Question 7 had a variable which was x. Question 8, there's only constants here, numbers. But what's similar is that we are dealing with multiplication, addition, and division all at once. So what do? You should know, introduce brackets. So where do we introduce brackets? You always look for division first. Okay, look for division, also multiplication, but let's look at the division, which looks much more complicated. You can see that. So here is your division symbol. Check what's on the left and on the right. We got an open bracket there, close bracket there. Okay, we know we need to do that part. We need to work out everything within brackets. There's also multiplication. Check on the left, right, introduce brackets there too. So we need to do this here. So therefore we need to work out everything inside the bracket here, everything inside the bracket there, and then the last thing you're going to do is add. Alright, so we got 3 times 4 to the power minus 3, which is the same as 3 divided by 4 cubed. Then we got plus here, 2 to the power minus 2 is the same as 1 divided by 2 squared. Now, this division sign, okay, we can change it to multiplication. If we change it to multiplication, then what happens to the fraction on the right? Okay, we will swap numerator and denominator. So that will become 2 to the power minus 1 divided by 7 to the power minus 1. Okay, so now let's see what happens here. So I got 3 divided by 4 cubed. Okay, now you have a look at your multiple choice, your question paper, and have a look at this stage here. What did I do there? I had 3 divided by 4 cubed plus, now I needed to work this out. Okay, so I have my 1 over 2 squared, which I am going to work out, but I need to show you this part here. 2 to the power minus 1 divided by 7 to the power minus 1. So if you have a negative exponent, right, so if I have like 1 over 3 to the power minus 2, I can take this base to the top and the sign of the exponent changes. If I have 3 to the power minus 3, in this case I will take the base to the bottom, so that will become 1 over 3 squared. But when you have a situation like 3 to the power minus 2 divided by, let's go 4 to the power minus 3. So if you look up here, remember when your base was in the denominator, you took it up. When your base was in the numerator, you took it to the bottom. Now we have both happening at the same time, so therefore nothing is stopping you from swapping at the same time. So therefore 4 will go on the top, sign of the exponent will change, 3 will go in the bottom, sign of the exponent will change there. Okay, so here this is an exponent law dealing with negative exponents. Take 7 to the top, and remember that's a minus 2, take 2 to the bottom. Alright, so now this is the same as 3 divided by 4 cubed, means 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. Plus, here we got a fraction. 2 squared is 4. So 1 times 7 is 7. 4 times 2 here will be 8. Okay, so now finally we can add these two fractions. And what we need to do there is, whenever we are adding and subtracting fractions, we need to find the LCD. In other words, find the lowest common multiple of the denominators. So 64 is the same as 8 squared. So we already have a denominator of 8 there. So 8 is equal to 8 to the power 1. So remember, in class, we did the lowest common multiple. If I have 8 squared and 8 to the power 1, what is the lowest common multiple of this? Okay, the lowest common multiple here will be 8 squared, because you take the base. If your base is repeated, you write it down once, but you take the highest exponent. It is different from finding the highest common factor. Be careful, do not get confused with that. So clearly 64, the LCM here is going to be 8 squared, which is 64. Very important concept to understand. Right, so here I got my 8. I know the LCD is going to be 64. So I will multiply 8 by 8 in the bottom and on the top. So now my denominator is common. So I can write this as 3 over 64 plus 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 8 is 64. What do we notice? My denominator is common. I can write down my denominator once only. And then I add the top 3 plus 56 will give me 59. This is the final answer, but the final answer was not required in a test. What was required is your understanding of fractions and exponent laws. Thank you.